Hi everyone, I'm Bandit with my dummy here, Arthur E. Benjamin, founder of American Dog Rescue. And this is For the Love of Dogs! My co-host for the next half hour is Farrah White, and we're here and have another great show for you today.
Sioux Rescue is very close to our hearts because it's where Arthur found Bandit. And Linda Leisure helped make that connection. She's here today to tell us more about this organization.
Hi, Linda.
Hello, how are you?
Good.
It's good to see Bandit again.
Yeah, it's great to see you again.
Who's in your lap?
This is, his nickname is Skeeter. His real name is Mosquito. We had a whole group of puppy mill dogs come, and we named them all after bugs. Doodlebug, Junebug, everything. So he ended up Skeeter.
That's fun.
So.
And he's hiding. Skeeter's shy.
Skeeter looks like he's a Shih Tzu Lhasa mix.
Yeah, that's what we think so too. He's kind of got the size of a Lhasa, but the personality of a Shih Tzu, so.
You know, a lot of our audience doesn't know that when Linda got Bandit for me, Bandit couldn't walk. He couldn't use his rear legs at all, and he had to be rehabbed.
So tell us about that. What was it like having Bandit like that when he couldn't move?
Well, it was a little scary. We got a call that there was a Shih Tzu-ish, I guess, we thought he was a Shih Tzu, and he pretty much is, that couldn't walk, and so we just took him on faith that we could either figure out what to do for him or get him a little cart and let him not have the use of his legs the rest of his life. But he was just so cute, we couldn't pass him up. So we put it, and then somebody who had contacted us put the call out, and that's when we heard from Arthur.
And the call was for a cart, really. And
yes.
I said, let's take him to Texas A&M and see if he can be rehabbed. And sure enough, he's just fine today, and he travels with me, and he's a trained service dog, and he's just a wonderful little guy. He's on his way to the reunion of Paws for Vets for 100 soldiers and their service dogs, and he's doing some of the presenting.
Because he's good at that, which you saw on the show open. Now, how long have you had Mosquito?
Actually, since July of 2012. Okay. He's been waiting for an awful long time for a home. He's a little bit shy. He's not acting too nervous, but if there was a loud noise, he would jump and run. So he's a little bit of a shy boy, and he's got a few of the puppy mill traits, but for the most part he's a wonderful dog, and you just couldn't ask for a better lap dog, because this is pretty much how he is at home.
All the time.
All the time.
So if you're looking for a cute little lap dog, there he is.
Yeah.
And the tongue.
Named Skeeter, and you're allowed to change his name. Call and let us know, and we'll hook you up.
And tell us a little bit. You hit a milestone with the rescue.
Yes, this year we broke the $1,000 dog barrier.
Oh, nice.
And we're at, we just rescued our 1,060th dog yesterday. A little guy that had ruptured anal gland and heartworms, so he's going to be a little bit of work.
Okay.
But yeah, we were going to start out a really small rescue, and unfortunately the need is just greater than what we were anticipating, so we tried to keep up with what the needs and save. So we're kind of a group that tries to take the dogs that nobody else wants.
Right.
And so maybe the little bit older, the ones with severe issues, and try to do it. And fortunately we were able to connect with Arthur, and he's helped us out a few times.
Yeah.
So
Well, it was all Bandit's doing.
it was Bandit.
He loves you.
Well, it really does take a village to
Yes, it
start
does.
these organizations and keep them going
Yes.
and have all the different volunteers that you need.
It can be very costly too, so but
Sure can.
Well, and your organization really is known for taking dogs that a lot of other organizations wouldn't.
don't. And the other thing we do is we'll hear word that there's a darling little dog at a shelter, and we'll go get it, and there'll be two seniors sitting right next to it. And I cannot leave a Shih Tzu behind, or a Lhasa, or any cute fluffy dog. We specialize in Shih Tzus and Lhasa Apsos, but if they're little and fluffy, we tend to end up taking them. So and it can get us into trouble because we're lacking foster homes. So even though I can't leave them behind, I don't know what to do with them when I get them. So still looking for foster homes.
Well, older dogs are always the real problem in rescue. So how do you
Yes.
deal with it? Because you do deal with it all the time.
Yeah, because we talk to people and they don't want an older dog because a lot of times they've just lost a dog, and they just can't bear the thought of maybe losing another dog in the next few years. And so fortunately, the majority of the people who foster for me prefer the older dogs. It's just that they fill up spots and keep us from being able to take some younger dogs down the road. So, but the older dogs are just the best. Skeeter is approaching seniorhood. He's about 7 years old, and so that kind of detours people too. But he still acts like a puppy when he runs around. He loves to carry his toys around.
Well,
And
7 years, he's only midlife.
he is only midlife, but a lot of people consider that senior, and it's sad because they're just the best age to adopt. People worry about bonding or something like that, and you pull a senior into your house, and the bonding usually happens pretty immediately. They're just so appreciative.
Well, and I know that your organization is really good at coming up with creative options on fundraising and how to get more funds. So I know you've had the cookbook that you've had before.
Yeah, we have a cookbook that different volunteers and adopters all donated towards. There's even, things to make for your dogs. There's, some special diets and some treats in there for the dogs. So, and these are $15, and they've proven to be well liked by the people who have purchased them.
And pumpkin beds? Am I saying it right?
Bed. Yes,
it's a pumpkin.
bed. Yes, these are dog magnets. Usually when a dog gets in them, they kind of stay.
Yeah.
And so, of course, he just flops over.
Bandit wants one.
Yeah. Oh,
Bandit
yeah.
would love to have one.
Because they nest in them. They're just like a big pillow, and they can nest them and everything. And they are washable. You just stick them in the washer. Sometimes it helps to have two or a big blanket to go with it, so it doesn't get offset. But otherwise, they're just they're well loved by almost all the dogs that have gotten them, and we usually sell a lot more after they've gotten one.
I bet. And you've got an event coming up.
Yes, there's different events that we are going to be doing. I think the big one that we've got is going to be at La Paz in Plano. We're going to help with their grand opening, and so we're going to have all of our pumpkin beds and our cookbooks there.
When is that?
To do. It's October 26th.
Great.
October 26th.
All afternoon at the corner of Custer and Parker in Plano.
Okay,
Great.
so if you want to find out more about Suzu Rescue or the products that we talked about today or the event, go to the website suzurescue.com or on Facebook at Suzu Rescue. You can also call Linda at 972-767-3863.
And if you want to ask Bandit about a hand sandwich, he'll fill you in. But on our next segment, you're going to see the Richardson Humane Society, and we'll meet a few other dogs that are available for adoption. So don't forget Mosquito, and come on, stay with us, and we'll be right back.
Every year, families in North Texas unknowingly spend hundreds of thousands of dollars in support of neglect, abuse, and disease. When you buy a puppy from a parking lot or flea market, you could be supporting the cruelty of puppy mills that profit from dogs bred in abusive conditions. Help us stop the cycle. To learn how, go to spca.org/no-puppy-mills and take the puppy pledge.
My name is Teresa. This is Scooter.
My name is Amber. This is Duke.
I'm Dr. Dixon, and this is Annie.
I'm Emily. This is Jackson. I'm Kelsey, and this is Skittles.
My name is Miko. This is Chloe.
My name is Ty. This is Callie.
My name is Tamar. This is Simon.
My name is Renee. This is Snowball.
My name is Dr. Miller. This is Fletcher.
My name is Eric. This is Sport.
My name is Stacy, and this is Britches.
And I'm a pet lover first.
And I am a pet lover first.
live with a human for a while and you get to know a few things. Like, I know she's actually not a morning person. I know she does strange tricks for no treats. I know that water makes her howl like crazy. I even know how the floor stays so clean. She's quick. But the one thing I will never for the life of me know is how she gets so tiny and inside that box. Natalie, how do you get so tiny?
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. But it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
Well, Bandit says welcome back, and our next rescue organization has a new mission to help educate the community about fostering rescue animals. It's part of the Richardson Humane Society's mission to help homeless dogs and cats.
Karen Bierman and Pat Wykes are the vice presidents and president of the Richardson Humane Society, and both are great with information about becoming a foster parent, and they're here to tell us more about it. Welcome you guys to the show.
Thank you.
And first, who all do you have with us? We need proper introductions.
Yes, this is Bogart, called Bogey, and he's available for adoption. He's a senior Chihuahua mix, and he is a Velcro dog who loves to be with people, and he's good with other dogs. And this is Sarah. She is my personal dog, and she is a former RHS foster failure, if you will. She came to our house as a foster and stayed forever.
This is Bubba. He goes with us to the schools. We talk to the kindergarten children in our area about how to greet a dog and how to be safety around animals. And he has a brother named Rusty that goes with us. They take turns going to the schools with us.
Yeah, I remember actually he's been on the show lots. You both have. But all the good work, and he always wears something really cute to go to the schools.
He always dresses up to go to the schools.
He does. He knows how
Children
to do it.
don't like to see a naked dog.
No, they don't. Not when they can see one that cute in a little outfit. And am I wrong? Like, you make his little outfits too, right?
Do.
Yeah, it's super talented. He's always at the utmost of fashion.
Look at this little bogey. He's up for adoption. And isn't he a cutie? Look at that stretch.
He is cute.
Just such a cute little dog, and he's so sweet. And he'll make somebody a very good companion because he's a Velcro dog.
He's a Velcro dog,
He
yes.
sticks to you, and he doesn't leave. And
he's very
he
soft.
and Bandit really get along well. Look at this.
They really do.
Anyhow, how do both Bubba and Sarah help you get the word out?
Well, Pat talked about going to schools. Sarah is, she's a little bit of a special needs dog because she only has 3 legs. She was actually dumped in the shelter with a badly broken leg when she was less than a year old, and it was broken on a growth plate, and the doctors weren't sure if it was going to be able to be surgically repaired, so they just took her leg off, but she gets along perfectly. She likes to run and be silly, and she's wonderful, and people are always amazed when they see her that she's only got 3 legs. It takes them a while to
even
realize
notice.
it.
Yeah.
Because dogs don't get obsessed with what they don't have. They just get on with life, which is a good lesson for all of us.
They don't really care what they look like.
No.
It is a good lesson for all of us. And yeah, I didn't notice when I first saw her in the lobby. In fact, it wasn't until she was crawling around here that I thought, man, she's getting around good, and then looked and saw getting around because her little leg is not there. But yeah, she's doing great.
Yeah, she's sweet.
And I know you said this guy's a senior. How old do you think he is?
He is at least 8.
Because look at him standing up.
But he's very lively and loves to walk and run and cuddle and
play with other dogs.
So he's just a little, got a little gray around his face, but lots of life left in him, and he'd be a great companion for somebody that just wants a companion to watch TV with them or go on walks with them, just be around.
Well, how long has the Richardson Humane Society been around?
We've been around since 2000, and we've rescued over 2,000 dogs.
2,000 dogs.
Wow.
We also do cats. Not as many cats as dogs, but we do mixed breed rescues, so we do purebreds, mixed breeds, anything that comes along. So it's really nice to have variety.
And now, is it all volunteer?
Yes, we're all volunteer. We don't have a facility. We have a network of foster homes that all of our volunteers provide, and then we provide the dogs on Saturdays at local pet stores for adoption.
So volunteering is extremely important.
Yes.
And fostering is the key.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And so it's key to your organization, and it's really the key to getting as many dogs to avoid that horrible E word. And so let's go through the ones that are really important. So why don't you talk about them? I'll name them.
Okay.
Number 1, you learn more about the dog breeds.
Well, I would think one of the neat things about fostering is that you get to kind of try out different kinds of dogs and see how they fit in your family. That each breed has different characteristics, and each dog has its own personality, and it's neat, with a dog like Bogey to think, well, it's probably Chihuahua, maybe some Dachshund in there, and what are the characteristics? Like he likes to burrow under covers. Aussies like to herd. So you just kind of get to know different kinds of dogs and what they're like, and you don't have to adopt them all, but it's a good way to kind of get to know what works in your family and what's comfortable for you.
And beagles like to eat.
Yes.
Number 2, look at that. Number 2, you enhance your relationships with other people.
That people think sometimes that fostering is all about dogs, and it certainly is, but when you place a dog in a family where it's the kid's first dog, or a senior who's looking for a companion, or a special needs child. We've had dogs that become companions for special needs children and that kind of thing. And it's really neat how you're enhancing people's lives as well as the dogs. We have a reunion every year where we have a big party in the park, and people bring their adopted dogs back and see the fosters and see the volunteers, and it's just neat to see how they've fit into their families and how they're making those families happy as well.
I feel like Jay Leno.
Yeah.
Number 3.
And go ahead.
Go ahead. Number 3, you set a good example.
It does. That really does. You really do set a good example.
We have a number of families that foster and volunteer with us. The Cortez family and the Pascal family kind of come most immediately to mind, and they volunteer as a family. It's a family activity for them, and it's a way that you can teach your children about compassion, about giving back to the community, and all of those things. So
Number 4, you give a precious gift.
you want to talk to that one, Pat? A precious
Give
gift.
A precious gift. Well, I just don't think there's a more precious gift than, another animal to love. And they always love you back more than you love them. So it's just a heartwarming adventure.
And number 5, and this one we don't need to talk about, you save a life. That's pretty obvious from looking at these 4 dogs up here.
Absolutely. And how can people volunteer with your organization?
Well, they can email us at foster@richardsonhumanesociety.org, and we can tell them more about it, or also you can go to our website, which is www.richardsonhumanesociety.org, and there's a tab at the top that says Join, and that talks about the different volunteer opportunities we have.
So learn more about fostering at the Richardson Humane Society by logging into their website, Richardson Humane Society, amazing, richardsonhumanesociety.org.
That's right, .org. Or you can call 972-234-5117 or email info@richardsonhumanesociety.org. So, still to come, our rescue story of the week. This one comes through Suzu Rescue. We'll be right back.
And we will.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
Hi, I'm Sheryl Crow, and I'm a musician and a mother, and this is Buttercup. She's also a mother, but not by choice. She's a survivor of a puppy mill. Buttercup spent her life in a dirty wooden hutch, forced to produce litter after litter. She never went to a veterinarian or a groomer. She never had a soft spot to rest or a kind touch. She existed this way in cruel isolation year after year. Puppy mills are mass production factories where mother dogs suffer their entire lives, producing nearly 100% of puppies sold in pet stores and on the internet. When these dogs are no longer able to produce, they are often destroyed. Buttercup's nightmare ended the day Animal Rescue Corps saved her life. She finally knows what it means to have a loving family. But for the millions of dogs suffering in the estimated 15,000 puppy mills across the United States, this nightmare continues. Animal Rescue Corps and I ask you to visit your local shelter or rescue when choosing your next animal companion. You will not only be saving a life, you will be helping put an end to this cruel industry. Please go to animalrescuecorps.org to learn more about ending puppy mills. Buttercup and I thank you.
Know what?
What?
Since I got adopted, I've learned a lot about these humans.
I know. I mean, check out these two. It's Flirt City over here.
Yeah, I noticed that. It looks like my human is definitely into your human.
Oh, look! I think she's getting his number.
Nice.
Your human's got some sweet moves.
Takes after his dog. Oh, look, they're doing that thing where they put their arms around each other.
She kicked up a leg. It's like in the movies.
That's awesome. Looks like we're going to be hanging out a little bit more.
Every year, families in North Texas unknowingly spend hundreds of thousands of dollars in support of neglect, abuse, and disease. When you buy a puppy from a parking lot or flea market, you could be supporting the cruelty of puppy mills that profit from dogs bred in abusive conditions. Help us stop the cycle. To learn how, go to spca.org/no-puppy-mills and take the puppy pledge.
Welcome back to For the Love of Dogs. Now, time for our rescue story of the week. And Linda Alicia with Suzu Rescue is back along with Susie Solis and her dog, rescue dog, Roscoe.
It's hard to follow that. Linda, let's start from the beginning.
Okay.
So when you first came across Roscoe, his name wasn't Roscoe.
No,
Tell us that story.
He had no name.
Okay.
Actually, I got a call from a local shelter that said they had gotten a little guy that came in painted purple. And they had waited and waited, and he was in pretty good shape, but the owners never came forward. So we don't know why he was painted purple.
Was he having health issues?
He was just really skinny. He was really skinny, so he'd probably been out for a while or anything, but just a really nice dog, hadn't got adopted, or and his owners hadn't come forward, and they wanted to make sure he went to a really good home, so they asked Rescue to take him.
So how long did you have him before Susie showed up?
We'd had him about a month, and actually we were at a big expo, a pet expo, and Susie's sister caught a glimpse of Roscoe, who was he was actually being really shy there. He was kind of in the corner. Nobody was paying attention to him or anything, but her sister fell in love, and thank God for iPhones, and pictures and stuff because that's how they made their love connection.
Okay, Susie, you pick up the story.
Well, my sister posted a picture of him on Facebook, and she said, okay, is this dog number 3? She already has 2, a Shih Tzu and a Lhasa Apso. And of course they don't need another dog, but I just thought he was so cute. And so I saw it on Facebook and I said, who is that dog? What is his name? Where do I get him? And she said, oh, we're already gone. You know, all I remember is the name of the rescue. So I just looked up the rescue. I took a screenshot of that picture and I said, do you still have this dog? Because I really want to adopt him. And so that's how we made the connection. And now he's been mine for 3 months, and
love at first sight.
Love at first sight, exactly. My dog had passed away in April, and so I had been kind of looking for another dog, and he just caught my eye.
And here you are.
And here we are, exactly.
Had you ever rescued a dog before?
Yeah, my previous dog was actually a rescue. We got him from a shelter, and so I kind of have a heart for these rescue dogs.
So how has he changed your life?
Well, I mean, he was there. He's been there for me. He's very loving and sweet and very affectionate, and that's exactly what I needed at that particular time in my life. And, you know, he gets me out of the house, and we take walks every day, and he's just been very sweet, just a very good companion to have.
What would you say to people who were thinking about rescuing a dog from one of the local organizations?
I would just say that it feels good not only to have a companion like this, to have someone that, or a little dog that just loves you and is always there for you. And it really does change your life because you get out, you meet people. You know, for me, it's also made me get out and walk and actually get in a little bit better shape. But also you know that you're rescuing the dog, and I think they know that you saved their life, and I think they're also, you know, very grateful for that and very loyal.
So they are saving you right back.
Oh, exactly. Exactly.
That's so sweet.
So I fattened him up a little bit with some treats, and now he's spoiled.
He is so spoiled. Look at him. Look at him and Bandit. They're both, okay,
funny.
We're just going to hang out here. Bandit, I don't know how Bandit does this.
He's just cool. He's just got it.
We've run out of time again for another show, but thanks to Linda and Susie for being here today to share Roscoe's story. And thanks for everyone at the Richardson Humane Society for all they do for the community.
Remember to keep up with For the Love of Dogs online at AmericanDogRescue.org or follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube.
So, for all of us here at For the Love of Dogs, thanks for watching again. And Bandit says he'll get back up in the chair. We'll see you next time.